competition in the production of these products that are brought in the country. Thank you.
For organizational zone, one question per person, and after, then we can have follow-up questions at the end. Time is against us, one question per person. You can answer that one, and then we have two more, then we move to GT board, then after we'll have an overall, yeah. Let the director answer the first question. And thank you.
Thank you so much for your questions. If I could recall, one of them was MCA targeting some, and the others are being left to operate. Yeah, actually, this could be people's own beliefs, which is, MCA don't have control over what people think. But MCA as an agency, we try to operate on a level playing field. And one thing we also have to know, MCA does not have the capacity at the moment to effectively cover everywhere at the same time. So we have to go to different places at different times. So today may be someone, and tomorrow may be another person. But what we are saying, like in the Gambia, most of the time people want their own personal experience. They won't try to do the right thing because MCA has caught one or two. They will be there operating illegally till MCA gets to them. They say, oh, we are not aware, we don't know. But since Aki, MCA, I think, has come to limelight. Everyone knows about MCA. So definitely, if anyone is interested in regularizing your businesses, you should be able to go out and find out what laws are in place for this business I want to venture in. So, but we cannot see everybody at the same time, but for sure, if you are not caught today, you may be caught tomorrow. So the other question was issuing of licenses. The way we issue licenses, as I said, there are different licenses with different requirements. The guidelines are on our website on every type of license that we issue. So please, if you want to get the details, they are on our website. Yeah, that's the third question. Limitation on the products. Like MCA, the moment your product meets the legal requirements to be imported, it's left to you, the business person. The quantity you want to bring is not dictated by MCA. The price on the market is not dictated by MCA. So that one, MCA don't have any control over that. As long as your product we are satisfied has met the requirements for import, we don't have any restrictions on the quantity. The only one that there are restrictions on, are the controlled medicines. That needs to be clear because these are potential drugs of abuse. Those are the only ones we control the quantities. And why? Because Gambia as a country itself, there is a limit. We have a quota that we can import in a year into this country by International Narcotic Control Board. So that one we have to put control over it. Yeah.
I am Binta Esba from Musa Molas Online TV. The first question I want to ask, as you elaborated before, the Medicines and Related Act 2014 established the Medicine Control Agency with the mandate to regulate and control the manufacture, importation, exportation, distribution, use, control of advertisement and promotion of medicines, include orthodox medicine, herbal medicine, and nutritional supplements. And it was says the core functions of the agency include inspection, registration, licensing, pharmacovigilance, quality control, testing, clinical trials, oversight, and post-market surveillance. So I want to know, are you guys scrutinizing this annually, or it is a law that is permanent for everybody? And the last question is, medical agency, it is a business profit or it's not a business profit? And the agency is operating through a directory, and these directories are demarcated into categories. So the directorate are the Directory of Clinical Trials and the Pharmacovigilance, the Directory of Evaluation and Registration, the Directory of Operation. I want you to elaborate that more. Thank you.
So the first question, as I said, those functions are ongoing functions. It's not annual or it's not time-based. They are ongoing functions, like registration of products is ongoing. Anytime there is application, we have to act on it. Licensing, anytime there is application, we have to act on it. Inspections is an ongoing, it's a everyday activity. Let me tell you, our inspectors don't have time to work. For 8 to 4, that is every day, but after work, they have evening inspections. We have unannounced evening inspections and night inspections and weekends. So these activities are ongoing. These functions cannot be annual or be periodic. Okay.
I'm here, yeah.
Yes.
Thank you very much. My name is Aliou Cisse from QTV Gambia. My question has to do with the issue of traditional and herbal medicine. I mean, you mentioned what you do in terms of ensuring and regulating the conventional medicines. I would like to know to what extent can you regulate, I mean, the traditional and herbal medicines? I mean, you often hear adverts on radio stations. I mean, how do you regulate
Yes.
these
So
medicine?
I think she has a question about whether MCA is
no, MCA is a private, it's a public enterprise, though it's autonomous by law. We have a governing board, though our reporting, in terms of reporting to government, is Minister of Health. Our board reports to Minister of Health, and I also report to the Honorable Minister of Health. About the herbal. Yes, so as I said, MCA does not regulate traditional medicine. Traditional medicine is a practice. So herbal medicines, those are products. And the herbal medicines that we regulate, these are finished herbal products. We don't regulate herbs themselves. So herbs are the raw ones. These are the leaves, bark of the tree, roots of the tree, flowers. We don't regulate those ones. But if you process any part of a plant into a medicinal product, you have added other substances to it, you've got your own formulation, you have packaged it, you have labeled it, you have attached claims to those products. They could cure this or that. So you need to authenticate your claims through various means as required by the law. That's when the registration of those products come in. But the leaves at the Serekunda market for sale or the herbs, we don't regulate those ones. Okay? Under the practice, there is a unit under Ministry of Health for traditional medicines practice that controls the practice. And you go to the air, you realize that MCA some time back had issues with most of them, even prosecuted some of them. What they are doing now, most of the time, they don't advertise products now. They advertise their practice, and knowing that MCA doesn't have mandate over practice. So that's the direction they go, and under Ministry of Health too, the unit, somehow they don't have the legal powers or whatever to be able to really regulate them, but I think they are trying to look at the laws, so all this will come into play where there will be clear-cut provisions to be able to control this practice. But the Minister of Health is working hard on that, and already they've got an established unit to control the practice.
So, thank you so much. My name is Tabora Bojang, Standard Newspaper. The Director of Evaluation and Registration, she mentioned the process that you take in evaluating products. And you said manufacturers would send you a list that you will go through review before you approve. So I want to know, in that process of evaluation, how do you evaluate? Do you just evaluate it on the document, or do you have a lab? Do you have the scientific equipment that enable you to vet these medicines before you evaluate them? So the second question is, you mentioned that you have investigators that goes to countries to inspect manufacturing sites. So I want to ask, just for this year, from January to date, how many countries have you gone to? And have you ever went to a country where you inspect a manufacturing site and you don't find them to have meet all your conditions and you deem them not fit to import to the Gambia? And also, you mentioned that there are a list of stringent countries, countries that have stringent regulations on their medicines. Do you go to these countries, or countries that are not in this list are those that you visit? Thank you.
Okay, I think I can stand for her. In terms of registration, you have to understand that MCA, we are not operating in vacuum. The processes you undertake to register products, these are international processes. So we all follow the same processes. That's why in WAHU, we have joint reviews, because all the processes in the region are harmonized. And also at continental level, we try to harmonize all these functions, the processes, including registration. That's why they are establishing the African Medicines Agency, to make sure all processes are harmonized. Internationally, it's the same requirements. So we just follow the international standards for review that are built. There are a lot of guidelines by WHO that we go by when it comes to that one. And in terms of GMP inspection, yes. Last year, we tried to build our capacity. So we got a consultant from WHO who was here for 4 months to assist MCA to build our capacity when it comes to GMP inspection. And some of the team members also were able to get some trainings outside the country. Also, we participated in joint GMP inspections with other regulatory authorities like Ghana, NAFDAC, that have reached WHO maturity level 3. Just to say, in the whole Africa, there are 6 countries out of 55 that has reached that status. WHO maturity level 3 means the agency is functional at an optimal level as required by all standards. So it's only 6 out of 55 countries that have attained that so far. I could not recall your third question. What was it?
No, I wanted to know, like, the countries that you inspect, and during your inspection, have you found anything that you found
Yeah. You know, inspections, they are, again, MCA does not have its own procedures. These are international standards, procedures that we follow. So if you find a manufacturing company lacking in certain, there are certain critical findings. If you get those ones, you just disapprove the company.
The question is, have you disapproved any company?
Yes, I'm coming on. So far, we have just started. Once we have found, we've not yet disapproved anyone. But first step is you provide your findings to them. After the GMP inspection, you send your findings, inspection reports to them. So they have to fill in a CAPA. That is corrective action and preventive action. We have a CAPA template. You send to them all the findings. They have to do the root cause analysis of that problem. So what are the corrections and corrective measures they want to put in place? Then you review the CAPA. If you are not satisfied, you raise other questions again on the CAPA that they need to go through again. So if still you are not satisfied second time, then you reject the company. Some of them we are going through CAPAs with them, though they are not that very critical issues. And so far we've not visited many. I think in India, we were able to inspect 3 companies, but there are so many companies in India, and we have only one team. We were able to inspect 3 companies in Pakistan and 3 companies in China by MCA alone. So Pakistan, we did it together with WHO consultant when we went to Pakistan. that one, at least to learn from the consultant also some good practices.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much, sir. I think, yeah, I'm Yankuba Jallo for our newspaper, certainly. I think this is a very important function, and we should not be rushed or ask 5 questions when you have over 50 media houses, certainly. I want to ask you, Dr. Marina, since you said drugs can be degraded, and so we want to know what mechanism do you have right now, currently, to protect the people consuming it, since you only identified 2. People have fear that it could be more than that. And then you told us that you cannot cover everywhere. So you just want to know exactly. And another question is, other than the Chinese system, like the Chinese company where you do the testing, you told us that companies have to test there and come here and get approval. Others that come here without approval will have to send. Without that regime, do you have any other means of testing? So, and how far with the lab?
Okay, the last question about the testing, yes, there are 2 means of testing. You either do the pre-shipment testing before the products are sent to your country, and the post-shipment in case of products that have not gone through that pre-shipment. So these are the 2 testings you can do. Gambia, we don't have a lab that could do these confirmatory testings. We all know the lab is under construction. But this lab is not lab for MCA. This is Minister of Health. By law is another institution. So I think the updates, Minister of Health would be the right institution to give the update on the lab, because it's not under us. We also pass there as you pass there. So if we are lucky, if there is a function, we are invited there. So I think they are the right body to give update on the lab. Your first question was regarding? Okay. Yes, so as you know, food, just like any other product that could go bad, these manufacturers have established temperatures and humidity conditions under which these products must be kept, so that they could go through the entire shelf life up to the expiry date. They will remain to be what? Effective for use. The moment you cannot maintain that, there is likelihood that the products would go bad. And it's the responsibility of every practitioner to make sure that the products within your facility, public sector, private sector, when they go bad, you should remove them and report to MCA, so that if you want to destroy them also for disposal, you have to report to MCA. When I was at EFSTH as the chief pharmacist by then there was no MCA. Yeah, we used to have products that go bad, but we make sure that constantly we check the stores. When we have such things, we document and send the products back to the central medical stores. They gather them, and later on they do the disposal exercise. So these things can happen. You need to maintain the temperature. You need to maintain the humidity, which we all know is a challenge for most of the business at the moment. Thank you.
Thank you so much. My name is Edward Francis Dalia from Askambi Media. Yeah, I want to know if MCA is aware of the operation of a company named Total Success World. Total Success World. They are employing Gambians, and these Gambians are going in houses, selling medicine, and perceiving themselves as medical professionals. So I want to know if MCA is aware of this.
The Director of Operations, are we aware?
Thank you very much. Maybe before I come to your question, I might try to throw light to Mr. Jallo, who talked about the testing and the degradation of product. Just quickly, the MCA, as Marina clearly stated, the lab is ongoing, but MCA is having a mini lab, which is doing first level and second level testings to screen the product to know, to give you an idea whether the product is genuine or substandard. If the product is substandard, then we send it to a fully fledged lab for confirmatory by using the compendial. As we speak now, we collected samples of medicine that are brought into the country by Global Fund that we are screening. And so far, that mini lab have 100% accuracy. All the products that fail the screening in our mini lab, wherever we send it, they fail. Just to make that one clear first. And to add on to the degradation that you talk about, two things involved in the degradation of product. Either the product-related factors or environmental-related factor. Marina already hammered on the environmental-related factor, which bring on the humidity, light, temperature, moisture. Some products are stable, but the moment you expose them to direct sunlight, they will hydrolyze. Some of them, the cis forms are the potent one. For an example, diethylstilbestrol, which is used for prostate cancer. The cis form is the potent one, but the moment you expose it to direct sunlight, it will hydrolyze. That cis form will be converted to what? Transform, which is about 1/7 the potency of the cis form, which is about 14.something%. And if the product is manufactured as per the British Pharmacopoeia, the acceptable criteria limit ranges from 95 to 105. So the moment it is 14, of course, the product has failed. So for the degradation, yes, that's why I told you earlier on, if Medicine Control Agency want to go fast, we will work alone. But if we really want to achieve the mission and the vision by safeguarding the general public, we need to collaborate with partners. And for MCA, everyone is our partner. That's why we have this toll-free number. If anyone come across anyone selling medicines, as we all know, medicine is not any ordinary commerce of good that people can sell. Accelerated studies have been done. Long-term stability data also have been done to ensure that the product is stable. For the product related,
Can you answer the question quickly?
which one? The total success wall. That one, they haven't come to my decks yet, but there are other people that we already apprehended and we already opened a case file for prosecution. So we'll be glad if you could kindly blow the whistle, contact the agency, tell us where they are, and if they come, kindly contact us. We have our inspectors everywhere. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. So I'm Asanba for Royal Newspaper. I want to know if there are any trademarks to identify banned drugs that are banned.
Good morning. This is Mohamed Lamin Choi from the Gambia Radio and Television Services. I observe it appears the concentration is on pharmaceutical products. But how about also cosmetics in terms of their testing and regulation in the country? Recently we saw an update from the MCA regarding Dove soap, a particular batch. We want to understand what has the investigations revealed. Has it been imported? Is it in circulation? And what are the measures the MCA is taking? Thank you very much.
You spoke about the trademarks on medicines. Actually, for us, we have a labeling requirement. The law prescribes what features are supposed to be on a medicine, and we have got a guideline, all the features that's supposed to be on a medicine. In addition to that, you can add any feature you wish. So companies may put their logos. That is not compulsory by us, but the name and address of the manufacturer have to be on the product. So but basically most important in the name of the product have to be there, the manufacturer's name and address, the badge number is very important because one badge may have issue, but the other badges may be okay. So the product must have badge numbers. That's very key. In terms of recall, you depend on the badge number, the expiry date, the manufacturing date, and the name of the product. together with the manufacturer. So the other one's choice spoke about cosmetics. Yes, this is our mandate. We try to make sure we expand on all our mandates, but it's a challenge in terms of human resources. So we employ a risk-based approach. We look at which products are the most risky products based on the competence we have, based on the staff strength we have. So medicines is no-go area. All medicines are strictly controlled. We have started, you've seen the press releases, even before that one, warning people importing cosmetic products should come and regularize, should register their products, and we have started seeing people coming to register. And some of the products, before they come into the country, we have started testing some. Cosmetics coming from India, China, Pakistan, Ghana, all these products are being tested before they come into the country. So, but we know there are others from Europe and others that are not tested, and there are many other people who have not regularized. But the message to the general public is they should come and regularize before MCA would get to their shops or to their businesses. And for us, when we get to your shop or business, there are only two ways: either prosecution or administrative fine if you are a first-time offender, or depending on the gravity of the contravention of the law. So we can either go to court or give you admin fine. These admin fines have been prescribed, gazetted. People can have access to them. So MCA, we don't compromise. Those are the only two ways. We don't believe in forgiving anyone. The moment you break the law, those are the only two options for you. Thank you. No, so far, that particular batch, we have not come across any. Our inspectors are actively going to supermarkets, other shops. We have seen other batches, but this one, no. Because this batch, in fact, was mainly imported to Nigeria. So, but we know people go to Nigeria, people bring goods from everywhere. So that's why the alert went out, and we are also looking for it. But so far, we've not come across any bar so far.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. That was an elaborate master class on MCA's mandate history. And looking at it, the Act already, you have an elaborate mandate, and I was thinking that you need an army of staff, inspectors, technicians in the field, because you touch on every aspect of our civilization here as a nation. Thank you so much, and you said an important example that people should go and register now. They know ignorance juris non excusat, as we are told in Latin. Ignorance of the law is no excuse. Now people are aware that they need to register to be able to trade in the medicinal field. Thank you so much, and we'd like to move on to our brothers and sisters from the Tourism Board. Apologies, it's taking time. I see some of your colleagues sweating. That's why I was worried that they need to. And then on the roll call, we have the Director General of Gambia Tourism Board, Mr. Abubakar S. Kamara, OIC Marketing, Fode Ba, HOD Finance, George Innis, HOD Product Development, Investment and Culture, Sang Silva, HOD Quality Control, Licensing and Enforcement, Famara Sanyang, and Packaging Development Manager, Musa Dem. Welcome, gentlemen, to this press conference. So I would like to invite Director General Kamara to update us on its activities.
Thank you. I think it's just impressive to first of all have a medical control agency to come before us, because you have to have a good health to be able to conduct or to go on tourism. So it's a blessing in disguise. Honorable Minister of Information, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Information, my friend Aisha, Director of Information, invited guests, the media, TV, print, electronic, and online, colleagues from the Gambia Tourism Board, ladies and gentlemen, all protocols duly and respectfully observed. Please allow me to first of all say a big good morning to you all, and on behalf of the management and staff of the Gambia Tourism Board, I feel immense pleasure for the invitation accorded to the Gambia Tourism Board to the press conference ably organized by the Ministry of Information, so that Gambians and non-Gambians alike are abreast of activities of government ministries and departments, so that they will know what is government doing in terms of government policies and strategies, all geared towards the development of our beloved country called the Gambia, commonly known as the Smiling Coast. The Gambia Tourism Board is created by an Act of Parliament under Section 4 of the Gambia Tourism Board Act to promote Gambia as a leading tourist destination in the world. As you all may know, tourism is a major contributor to the economy in terms of GDP, employment, and you name it. The tourism sector has experienced several shocks in the past 10 years. I'm sure all of you might have been aware of the Ebola, and also after the Ebola, we had what is called the collapse of the Thomas Cook, and then after that, we have also the impasse, the political impasse, as well as also COVID-19. This has actually put us down, and I can tell you that as far as statistics are concerned, in 2021, numbers went down for about 41%. Despite these setbacks, the Gambia tourism industry is now on the path of recovery, supported by stable political conditions and increased tourist arrivals. Government investments in infrastructure, we already seeing the good routes that we have in terms of the Batel Hardin, I can name the Batel Hardin Highway, and all the other roads that are being built in the urban areas and also in the rural areas. These are all catalysts to help us promote Destination Gambia. When you talk about the data on arrivals, especially the air passenger arrivals, this data is usually gathered by the Gambia Tourism Board in collaboration with Gambia Bureau of Statistics, Gambia Immigration Department, Gambia Civil Aviation Authority, Gambia International Airline, and the GI relies on the road seat manifests from airlines for their data. Land and sea arrivals are managed by Immigration Department through various border posts. Tourists coming to Destination Gambia are classified either from traditional or non-traditional markets. The traditional markets are those countries where the Gambia attracts a huge number of tourists. Example, Britain, Sweden, Denmark, Finland, Norway, Germany, Belgium, the Netherlands, and Spain. The non-traditional markets refer to countries that Gambia is trying to attract more tourists. These markets offer the potentials to boost tourism arrivals in the country, and if successful, could eventually become traditional markets. Non-traditional markets at the moment are referred as France, America, Austria, Czech Republic, Poland, Ireland, Nigeria, Italy, China, Russia, Saudi Arabia, Senegal. The rest of Africa, the Gambia, individuals of other nationalities, and those within the Gambia for holidays are all included in the arrivals as per the UN tourism recommendation. The Gambia is often associated with the winter and green season. The Honorable Minister has just mentioned. The peak season, known as winter, runs from November to April and attracts the largest influx of tourists. On the other hand, the green season may be from May to October and is considered a low period for the tourist arrivals. Though the Gambia Tourism Board continues to work diligently to alter visitors' perception of Destination Gambia, promoting it as an all-year-round tourism destination rather than just a winter sun destination. Recently, you may probably been seeing Gambia Tourism Board efforts to promote local or domestic tourism by involving Gambian influencers, some of them are even here, and bloggers, online TVs and networks to showcase our products and the beauty of Destination Gambia during the green season. The same applies for our regional markets such as Senegal, Nigeria, and Ghana. Awareness creation and sensitization campaigns on tourism products and services. We do this using the TVs in this country, weekly radio talk shows on West Coast Radio, airport product and service awareness campaign with comfort services at the airport. If you go to the airport now, you see some screens showing what Gambia has to offer as a destination. And also supply and distribution of promotional material to all Gambian embassies abroad in collaboration with Foreign Affairs Ministry. Tourism and travel fairs and targeted missions. We consider attendance of tourism and travel fairs as major platforms to promote the Gambia. They are venues for B2Bs and B2Cs meetings with tour operators, airlines, travel agencies, PR and marketing firms, etc. We realized that we may not be able to attend all the travel and tourism fairs worldwide, but we decided to select a few, namely the World Travel Market, WTM, in London. We also attend the ITB in Germany. We attend also BIT Milano in Italy, Topresa in France, also Portugal. We attend also FITIR in Spain, Marta in Finland, and BTL in Portugal. We cannot, at this point in time, we realized that it may be very difficult for us to promote the destination alone without the tour operators. So as a result, we do a lot of joint marketing with them by supporting them in terms of marketing, because some of them think that perhaps in order for us to be more competitive, we need to market more. And it may be difficult for us to market the country more than they do. So we allow them to also participate in the marketing. And we've been doing joint marketing with Gambia Experience. We've been doing joint marketing with TUI UK, TUI Belgium, TUI Holland, Corendon Rainbow Tours. We also invite journalists or tour operators, airlines on farm trips, farm realization tour, so that they will come and see the beauty of this country. Notably this year, we've just conducted few farm trips, which include Spain, journalists from Spain, UK, Belgium, Portugal, and some of those ones are Albreo, Solferos, Travel World, Kiddies Travel, and Christas, etc. Consolidate and improve e-marketing platform. We use various online marketing campaigns to undertake our marketing, and these are really yielding some dividend. Notably on some of these online platforms that we use is our website, Facebook pages, both the main pages and also pages of our destination managers. We have destination managers in some selected regions. We have in UK, which is the destination manager in UK is also responsible for the Central and Eastern European countries. We have also another destination manager in Spain who is also responsible for Spain and also the Southern European countries. We have another destination manager who is responsible for the Nordics countries. We have another one who is responsible for Nigeria, Ghana, and Benin. So they also have their own Facebook pages, and as we speak, they're trying to translate their Facebook pages into the languages of their destinations. We use also online newsletters, Twitter, etc. These are all very critical in generating very fruitful results and attracting the attention of visitors and potential visitors alike to the destination. Local social media influencers. As part of the policy direction in promoting regional and domestic tourism, we have been engaging the services of local and regional influencers to promote domestic products and services that the country has to offer. As mentioned earlier, this is more so important in bridging the gap between the winter and the green seasons. Now, as we are all gearing up, because I'm sure that's what the Honorable Minister may be looking for, because I remember very well around August, he called me and said, DG, when is the season starting? I said, Honorable, I'm going to invite you to a press conference. I said, Honorable, I think we are making a mistake. The season is starting around October or November. Maybe you can wait until such time. So now, Honorable Minister, we're here, and thank you for having us in mind. So as we gear us to this season, and as usual, we expect every Gambian to support us in extending hospitality and the peace that we are known for to our guests. Because if we don't do that, it will be difficult for us to market our destination. All we expect is the tourists to come and have a good first impression and a last impression as they leave the country. And it is important also to mention that as we are starting the season, we are hoping that we are going to have 24 chartered flights per week and 33 scheduled flights per week. And in total, we have 57 flights per week. The reason why we always include scheduled flights, because most tourists now use scheduled flights for obvious reasons. So, and most, if you look at the schedule, you realize that, in fact, the frequency of the scheduled flights are more during the high season. So that means that they have the demand for them to use more frequency for their guests. And as far as these frequencies are concerned, we're going to have 3 flights from Corendon per week. Corendon is a tour operator from Holland. We are going to have 4 flights per week from TUI UK, and a tour operator from UK. We are going to have 3 flights per week from Gambia Experience, which is a maiden name in this country. It's from UK as well. TUI Holland, 3 flights per week. TUI Belgium, we're going to have 2 flights per week. TAP Portugal, we're going to have 3 flights per week. Rainbow Tours, we have 2 flights per week. Voilin, we are going to have 3 flights per week. Apollo, for the first time, I know that a lot of people have been asking us about the Scandinavian market, and we've been struggling to bring them back after COVID-19. However, this time around, we were lucky to be able to convince one of the tour operators, which is Apollo, and they are going to start operations come November 5th, which is a plus. At least that will kickstart the need to regain our Scandinavian market. We used to be a pioneer tourist market, source market. For the scheduled flights, we are expecting to have Air Peace 3 flights, Air Sky 7 flights per week, Air Senegal's 8 times per week, Royal Air Maroc 7 times per week, Turkish Airlines 3 times per week, Brussels Airlines 5 times per week. So usually before the start of the season, we have a number of flights that are coming, and we invite the journalists and anyone who is interested in the welcome to go with us to welcome the flights. Traditionally, we used to have the Scandinavian flight as our first flight and the start of the season. But nowadays, we use the UK flight as the start of the season, given that as far as the statistics are concerned, we have more numbers from UK than any other country. So as a result now, on the 11th of this month, we are going to receive our first batch of UK tourists. And then on the 7th, on the 14th and 17th October, we will receive our TUI flights from Holland. On the 26th of October, we will receive our TUI Belgium with the capacity, I forgot to mention about the capacities, with the capacity of 185. For the TUI groups, all of them, the capacity is 185. And for TAP Portugal, the capacity is 165. And Rainbow Tours, the capacity is 210. TUI UK, 185 packs. Corendon is 212 packs. This time around also, I know that if we've been very vigilant, we realized that we've been trying our best to also regain our German market since the departure of the FTI. Thank God this time around, we were able to convince TUI to also take tourists from Germany. And as a result, from the discussion that we had with them, they will be bringing 1,000 packs for the season. And they are going to use a third party, which is the Turkish Airlines or other airlines to bring all these tourists. And also for the first time, we were able to discourse with our partners, and we're able to attract a tour operator called Novatos, and they are going to bring tourists from Estonia, Lithuania, and Latvia. And their first flight is coming on the 1st of November. They are also going to bring about 600 tourists from that region. And this is how a lot of tour operators start. They will come small, and if they are happy, they will even now hire or charter flights, and they will come on their own and not come on scheduled flights. So we appealed to everybody in the Gambia to support us in making sure that these tourists come and have a very good holiday. I think, Honorable Minister, because of time, I think I want to stop here, and I want to thank all of you for listening.
Thank you. I think you can stay there.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Director General Kamara, for that impressive update on the preparation for the new tourist season and the journey so far. The floor is open for questions. Media. Again, any media organization?
Good morning or good afternoon? Still morning, right? Yes, I wanted to ask this question. I haven't had data regarding tourist arrivals. The number of tourists we expect this year compared to the previous years, whether we're expecting an increase or a decrease. Thank you.
Well, let me just say that given the recovery focus NDP, which has stated that we have to reach our target of 500 arrivals by the end of the NDP, we decided to do a formula, 500 tourists, 500,000, sorry. Oh, I got honorable, sorry. It's a mistake. 500,000. My people will beat me up if I leave this place. So we have done a calculation, and we had a formula that every year, in order to reach that target, we should be able to increase the arrivals by 13%. And if you do the calculation so far, we have been meeting this target. And by the end of this season, we should be able to have a good increase in number of tourists. I may not have it offhand, but I think it's about 232,000 arrivals or more for the, yes, so that is it. So we're going to have an increase in the number of arrivals from the calculations that we have and the discussion that we had with our tour operators. If everything remains equal, rest assured that we will be able to achieve a good number of increase.
I have a question.
I know, I have no doubt about that. He was my professor. For your information, in fact, he taught me at the University of the Gambia. I used to call him professor and doctor, but here I'll call him honorable minister.
That is why I'm proud of you.
Yes,
I'll use my privilege as the chief journalist to ask 2 questions. One has to do with the numbers again. I think if I hear from your presentation, there was no differentiation between the Gambians that are coming and non-Gambians coming. Now, do you count in this number, this projection you made, the 232,000 that we might have this year? Are Gambians returning home for holidays counted in this, or is it only non-Gambians in this? Now, the second question has to do with competition. It's a lot of competition. How do you strategically place yourself as an authority, as a country, as a destination, to ensure that we're able to fend off competition? Because I know other countries, Cape Verde, is doing well in tourism. If you go to the Spain, Malta, Cyprus, all these countries, Morocco, they are all going for the same market. What are you doing as an authority, as a destination, to strategically place yourself to ensure that you also have a competitive edge and attract these tourists so that they don't go to these countries and they can come to the Gambia? They don't go to East Africa, they come to the Gambia. They don't go to Morocco or Tunisia or Cyprus or Malta, that they come to the Gambia. What are you doing as an authority and as a destination? Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. I want to start from your last question. I mean, we can always reach every level, but in the Gambia, the type of tourism that we have is a bit different from the tourism that they have. As a destination. We are a religious destination, Muslims and Christians. But if you look at other countries, yes, there are some Muslims and Christians, but for them, I think they operate all kinds of tourism. As we speak now, we are having a lot of resistance in terms of bringing all-inclusive in the Gambia. But if you look at Cape Verde and all of those destinations, they accept all-inclusive because they want to accept all kinds of tourism in their countries. We don't accept what is called sex tourism. Go to those countries, they do it. But that's why we are very cautious in terms of marketing our destination. We can reach all those levels if it was not for religious reasons. I think that is it. We are very competitive. I mean, there is nothing more than peace and hospitality, and we have it all. So we could have gotten all these interesting tourists that other countries are having. But because of the nature of our country, we are very responsible, and we want to promote responsible tourism. And that is why perhaps it will be difficult for us to be aligned with those people. Regarding the non-Gambians, as I said earlier, the UNWTO, which is an umbrella body that governs all tourism, any country that are members, they include nationals of those countries that are traveling back as part of the data. Although there will be a separate data on that would say these are Gambians, but they can also be categorized as tourists. Thank you.
Thank you. Just a technical questions in national languages are allowed.
Yeah.
And director, feel free to elaborate in
Can I just ask one question, please?
Sure.
My name is Ramatullah Jallo. I'm working for the Gambia Radio and Television Services. Sir, thank you for coming, and we should applaud our minister for creating the environment for us.
Sure.
Thank you, sir. Coming to tourism, we have problems being creative because we don't have many sites. There's only a few sites we have. What are you going to do about that to attract more?
You know, the interesting thing about tourism is a very cross-cutting thing. The thing is, there are things that are not within our control. They are under other departments. That is why tourism is everybody's business. And that is why we always try to seek partnership with other institutions that have a mandate in terms of certain products, certain assets that can be potential products. Many times people will misconstrue a product and an asset. They are different. Yes, you can say Kiang West National Park is a tourism product. It is not a product for now. It is an asset. You have to do certain things to be able to transform it into a product. You can talk about James Island as a product, but at times, as somebody who studies tourism, I tend to differ in the sense that you need to transform those assets into products. We have over 182 cultural and historic sites countrywide. We have a good number of parks and forests that we can transform as tourism products. But we will seek the support of other institutions to help us transform those assets to products. We will be more than happy to work with the Department of Parks and Wildlife. We're more than happy to work with the community, the village elders, to transform some of their assets. We have very good assets, and both tangible and intangible, that can be used for tourism.
Finally, just 1 second, please. I have been to other countries, and I have seen during their low season, they have national tourism. Can you put that into perspective? Because we definitely need that. I might be tired, and I have a leave during low season time, and I want to go somewhere with my family and be quiet and enjoy the environment. Do you have that in your books to excel?
You are asking a question that I love most. I believe that Gambians can be tourists in their own countries. And I can tell you, during the COVID-19, countries that were able to recover quickly were those countries that were promoting domestic and regional tourism. And that is why you saw in my presentation that we try to do within our own means to promote Destination Gambia using our own people, influencers, and the local bloggers, etc., to also help us in promoting domestic tourism. There are a lot of beauty that a lot of people that live perhaps in the urban areas don't know about in the rural areas, and it would be very interesting for them to go and see for themselves. It would be a wow thing. So, to tell you the truth, I wish that everybody in this country support us and promote in their own way tourism. I've always been saying that it is not difficult to promote tourism if we all speak the same language, given that most of us that travel can also go and sell the word about tourism in the Gambia. But perhaps a lot of them don't have that time to do that. But I will encourage all of you. Anytime you are going out, you promote Destination Gambia. In your own offices or institutions. You can also promote domestic tourism, whereas you can even support some of your staff that want to undertake certain trips or to go on holidays, or even if they want to have what is called a honeymoon, newly married people who said, okay, this is our offer as an institution to as a surprise to you, so that you go on a 2-day honeymoon in Abscas, for instance, or any other hotel. So it's something that definitely I love. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Yes, Aliu, I know you will ask a question. No doubt about that.
Thank you very much once again. My name is Aliu Cisse from QTV Gambia. It's good that my colleague has touched on the issue of the domestic tourism, which I was going to ask a question on. Good. I would just like to know from you, what exactly are you doing in terms of diversification of our tourism sector? I mean, many will say we only have the beach. For example, you visit the Gambia 2 times, 3 times. Why should you come back to a country where you don't see anything new? What are you doing to diversify our tourism sector? And the other thing also has to do with the airport fees at the airport, this $20. How is it in any way affecting, the number of tourists that, would choose to visit the Gambia rather than going to Kenya or Morocco, like the Honorable Minister said? And there's a petition for the National Assembly by certain, aggrieved staff who believe, they were, sacked because of maybe their stance on certain issues within the GT board. What is your take on the recommendation of the National Assembly's Standing Committee that they should be reinstated? Have they been reinstated? If not, when? And the other thing has to do with the issue of the ecologists.
Some years ago, questions are you asking? I have to invite them. I thought I can remember. I hope I can remember all. All right. Yes. What was your first question? But you made me forget.
Diversification.
Yeah, I need to write then.
Yes. Diversification.
Yes. I think I partly answered that question. And as I said to you, that tourism is even more interesting away from the beach area, where you have different types of assets, both in terms of culture and nature. As I said to you, we have a lot of community forest parks, we have national forest parks, and even village forest parks that can be transformed into tourism. And we are working with our colleague counterparts from the Departments of Parks and Wildlife, Forestry, to be able to transform some of those ones, in fact, some of them are those gazetted, into as tourism products. On the cultural assets, we have both intangible and tangible. The tangible, you have over 182, more than 182 that we can use. Some of them we are using, like the stone circles, James Island, etc. But there are more to that we can transform, the Mango Park, etc. But you need to do a lot of things to be able to transform them to become a good tourism products. NCSC is trying to work on those things. I hope that we're able to work with them to be able to transform them. Also, in terms of intangible cultural heritage, like Rasulin Festival Organization, we have conducted training to some of these festival organizers so that they'll be able to transform those intangible services or products as tourism assets as tourism products. So we are doing a lot to be able to diversify our industry. Yes, we are known for sun, sea, and sand, but I think it is more onto sun, sea, and sand. And in fact, the beauty lie there. You look at the River Gambia. I'm telling you, it's one of the nicest rivers that is very navigable and divides the country into 2 halves. As you move from one region, you realize that the region that you move to is different from the one that you just passed. And as you go along the River Gambia, you are likely to see different species of birds. And the most interesting thing is the River Gambia, part of the River Gambia is salty, and the other part is fresh water. And you are able to also swim, I can say, with dolphins. You know dolphins? And also hippos. You will be able to see hippos. These are interesting things that we don't know. Apart from that also, if they can provide transportation from one place to another. The other question is about the airport tax. Yeah. Yes, airport tax, yes, a lot of people are really concerned about it, but I think it's a government policy that since we are a public institution, I don't think I'll be able to comment much on that. But I know that some of our talkers do complain about it, but we are telling them that it's a government policy, and I think the best that we can do is to be able to reduce the queuing at the airport. And as we speak, even at the level of the executive, are very concerned about the congestion and the queuing that the airport tax is creating. However, this recently, most likely that starting from this season, we will have a reduced queuing at the airport. But to tell the truth, it's a government policy, and I will not be able to dilate much on it because the duty board is an agency under the government, and since it's a government policy, of course, we have to play suit. The petition, yes. Yes, I've been hearing from the grapevine that there's a petition and it was been already, there are solutions, but as far as I'm concerned, we have not received any communication about that. So I will not be able to comment on that too. Thank you.
Yes, finally, I just have one more thing. I mean, the issue of the ecologists. What happened?
Yes, the ecologists, yes, unfortunately, is another project that we have inherited as an administration. But the duty board and leadership is a continuation. We have faced so many hurdles, and then especially I realize that dealing with government contractors is usually a nightmare. It's hard to say, and definitely I would have loved to patronize our Gambians, but to tell you the truth, some of them are not delivering. This one is an example of that one, and as we speak now, we are doing a strategy to be able to complete it. There's a strategy that the ministry is improvising so that we're able to complete these ecologies.
Are you entitled to any claim on the contractors?
Well, as far as I know, I think the delay is on the contractor, as far as I know. As far as the document that I inherited as a DG, there are time frames when this contract should finish. And I understand from the documents that he was to pre-finance up to the completion. So he could not complete in time. Although he has been given a lot of excuses, but that is the truth. That's the truth. He has signed a contract, and by that contract he should have completed at a certain period, which he has not done. Yes.
Okay, good afternoon. I am Binta Esba from Musa Molo's online platform. The question I want to ask might be funny though. The Ministry of Tourism... Don't ask about Musa Molo Toom though. I will not ask. Yeah. The Ministry of Tourism and Culture, the Gambia National Center for Arts and Culture, Gambia Tourism Board, hold a dialogue with the stakeholders. I think, if I don't forget, that was on Tuesday, 27th August, and on 28th August, 2024.
Very well.
I hope you guys have a discussion about the health issue of the tourism entering the country. Those with the transmitted disease, as how the medical control agency are scrutinizing about the medicine entering here. I think it's also important to check their health diagnosis before coming into the country, because I have heard someone say Gambia is a sex paradise, because most of the tourists that are coming into the country here are transmitting the young girls, the teenagers of their disease. So I think, as you are in the tourism board, you make us scrutinize about that.
I hope you have gotten any proof that these tourists have actually infected some of the Gambians. But I can tell you for a fact, tourism is everybody's business. We have the Minister of Health who are also at the airport, and there are regulations as far as we are concerned for tourists that are entering the country. So that is under control. That issue is under control. And the issue of sex tourism, we've never seen in our platform promoting sex tourism. You will never see it. Yeah. No, I said that's on the Minister of Health. They're taking care of it.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Tabora.
Thank you.
Yes.
DG, my name is Tabora Bojang, Standard Newspaper. So you mentioned joint marketing with operators.
Right.
So, and interestingly, we know that the Scandinavian tours are coming this year, which will be welcoming to a lot of Gambians. So we understand that with your agreement with Apollo, that is coming to bring these people here, you are going to pay them.
Yes.
You are going to do a payment of about 200,000 euros to them, and also they ask for discount on some handling fees at the airport.
That's right.
So I want to know, as part of those handling fees that you're going to make discount for them, 50%. Does it include the security levy, the $20? If not, what are these charges? And the second question is, these stories that are coming through Apollo from Scandinavia, under what package are they coming through? we know that tourists come to this country under 3 packages,
Yes, yes.
like half board, full
sure.
board, and all inclusive. So what package does this deal entail?
Right. Okay. I think the joint marketing agreement has stipulated all what this tour operator is supposed to do, and that is to market Destination Gambia in platform that we couldn't have done. And also, they have also went back and calculated and realized that they would need to do a lot of marketing in order to convince tourists to come to Gambia, and they're going to charter airlines to airlift their tourists. So we had discussion with the civil aviation to also give them incentives. We had discussion with GIA to also give them incentives, which they have done. And we have also given them, as part of the joint marketing, some resources so that they can better market Destination Gambia as an inducement for them to come. That is the reason. But it is up to April. As soon as April is up, if there is any need for us to stop that joint marketing agreement, we will stop it. The other question was whether they are exempted from secure report. Yes, yes. No, it does not include the $20. No, a tourist can decide whether to go on half board or full board. So that information we will not be able to have unless we find out from the ground handler and also from the hotels. But as far as we know, we are able to convince them to come and to come once a week, every Tuesday, to Destination Gambia up till April. And from April, we are going to review the agreement if they find the Gambia very nice. So that's why I said I will employ on all of you to be able to give them a good welcoming and also to give them a good impression about Destination Gambia. Yes. Well, you are right. I think we will find out, but as far as we know, there was no indication that they were going to have all-inclusive. And also, as we speak now, there is already an assessment that is going on the package. At times, because of this restriction, that is why some of our competitors are surpassing us, like Cape Verde. Cape Verde accept all-inclusive. Why not Gambia? I think that's the situation that we are in today. But we are very well considerate to the needs of our informal sector. Because when you talk about all-inclusive, the only people that are scared are the informal sector businesses. We have a good informal sector, a broad-based informal sector, and so we are very careful in terms of also them having business. And all-inclusive, they think would not give them business. Although people may have different perceptions, because you can come on an all-inclusive, but at some point you don't want to stay in the hotel, you want to go out and explore. As a tourist, the tourists come to explore. But people are so fearful of all-inclusive that they make it a big issue. But then, as I said, we are doing some assessment, and the assessment will inform us as to which decision or which position government should take. Thank you.
Thank you very much. For occupational health reason, we need to consider living here, below ventilation. So we need to wrap up. So 3 more questions, and then Honorable Minister will give his closing remarks.
All right. Good afternoon. My name is Mahdi Basil. Okay. Good afternoon. My name is Mahdi Basila, Principal Information Officer, Department of Information Services, but also editor, Gambia Daily newspaper. The question is a simple one. I'm curious about I've come across the concept of Islamic tourism. I just want to know whether it's a thing for you, and what is it, whether you have any interest in trying to promote it. I don't know much about it, but I know it has to do with coming up with packages that cater to Muslim travelers mainly. So maybe targeting people from the Middle East or maybe majority Islamic countries. So if it is actually a thing, I know countries like Malaysia, for example, are very big on this. If I think about Islamic tourism here, I think maybe you're talking about the Islamic infrastructure, like mosques and so on. A place like Guinjuran and other places. So I just want to know basically I mean, whether you're thing for you and what do you do about it?
I think you okay.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yankuba, I am Yankuba Jallo for the newspaper, sir.
Yeah, Muslim friendly, call it Muslim friendly tourism.
Yeah, listening to you here, you mentioned that two of the reasons why our tourism is improving is the political will and also the investment in the infrastructure. So it reminds me of
you left the hospitality.
Hospitality, okay.
Yeah.
I did not capture that, sorry.
Okay.
So it reminds me of the former Minister of Tourism. He promised, that was during the last NDP. Now you're talking about a recovery in NDP. I want to know whether still that plan is there, building 10 five-star hotels in the regions. It was a promise by the former minister. And secondly, also, the historical sites that you are talking about, he said they are assets, not products. I certainly want you to elaborate on that.
Sorry, say that again?
He said they are assets.
Yes, sure.
Not products.
Yes, that's right.
So you're trying, because I believe that you anticipated that question, and
yes,
you're trying to lean backwards, because we know historical sites, whether product or assets, attract tourists. And the state they are right now in the Gambia, they are in a very bad shape. So we want you to talk about that, certainly.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm Edward Francis Dahlia from Askambi Media. When we talk about tourism, it is something that we welcome so much. But going to the beach in this season is also something difficult.
How?
As a Gambian, I will want to go and relax or train around 4 or 5. I will go and a security personnel will tell me, you cannot go in because we are in tourism season. So what is the GT board doing in collaboration with those security officers to ensure Gambians like us can use the beach in this season?
Okay, I will start from him. How can we promote domestic tourism without encouraging Gambians? I think that is an answer. I have already answered your question. We would not encourage tourists and tourism security to stop Gambians that are coming to and going to enjoy the beach. They are only asked to stop undesirable elements like criminals, drug dealers that want to destroy our tourism. That is what they are told. But Gambians coming to enjoy our beaches, you've seen recently where we have used the services of your own people to go and promote the beaches to our Gambians. Why will we stop them? So rest assured that it is not going to be on our watch for any security to stop any Gambian who is going there wholeheartedly to go and enjoy himself as a tourist. I'll be happy to meet such a Gambian.
Sorry, DG.
Yes.
Families.
No. Yes.
In fact, at some point they tell them the tourists are having a dinner, you cannot get in. So,
okay,
what can we do in case you experience that? Who do you call to make a complaint?
Okay, we have a toll-free line that you can call, but again, we do have trainings with some of them. You know, I like the military that says usually among the military they have some bad cows. You have some people that have their ulterior motives and they will do things to destroy whatever. So we have them, but nobody would tell a security to stop any person who is genuinely going to enjoy himself. No, not at all. A similar question. No? You want to test it now? Farmer, give them the toll-free now. 10:30. Yes. The other question about our former minister talking about building 10 five-star hotels. It's possible. If you have the investment, what is stopping you from coming to invest at five-star hotel or trying to get investors to come and build five-star hotels? It's possible. We can have them. And in fact, the policy direction is for us to promote more of 4 5-star hotels, ecotourism. So it is true that we encourage people to come and build. That was his wish for this country, which is a good one, and we should welcome it in wholeheartedly. And rest assured also, we are also doing our best to make sure that we have that, to make that possible. Thank you. And the other one is about the Islamic tourism. We call it Muslim-friendly tourism. It may it's a product that we are looking at, but as I said to you, the best person to sell a product is the product itself. We cannot market a product that is not ready. So we are working hard with our partners, especially the COMSEC project, that is a Turkish-led organization that is supporting the world on tourism, Muslim-friendly tourism. So at the moment, as you said, you already named the Gunjur Mosque, but there are many other strategies that we are using. Recently, we went to Nigeria, and where you have the Kano, we have a lot of people that go to Kaulak, etc., and we want them to use Gambia and access Kaulak, and in the Gambia, they can also visit Gunjur and so many other Muslim-friendly facilities that are in the country. So that is something that we will definitely like. There is a question also on, he had me talk about assets. Yes, there is a difference between an asset and a product. I can tell you, even a graveyard can be a tourism product, but you need to put the facilities there. Facilities to make it easy for a tourist to go there without any problem. Facilities for a tourist to go when he's hungry, he's able to eat. Facilities for a tourist who wants to ease himself can have a toilet where he can ease himself. Facilities where you can have entertainment. Do you understand? Depending on the type of product, because you have also sustainable-based products like ecotourism products. So these are all things that you bear in mind if you want to transform an asset into a product. If it's going to be a sustainable or an ecotourism product, there are things that you will not put there. If it is like Kia West National Park, all we need is a small trail where you will not destroy the vegetation, you will not scare away the animals, and you can pass easily, quietly. These are things that we do as tourism experts to be able to transform assets into products. Like cultural assets, you have to make it, it has to, what we call, it has to be more experience-based. That when you go, you should be able to experience yourself. It has to also tell a story. Do you understand? Because when you go to a cultural asset, there is a reason why it's called a cultural product. It has a story. If you visit some of our assets that are cultural or parks that are assets in nature, you go to the board, you see the writing there. Maybe it will be different from me, who is a tourist who wants to visit the place, because there, all I need is some small information. But others that are assets, a big write-up, as if it is a professor like this one making research. A tourist don't want to have that time to go and read all those. Just give the brief information. That's what I'm trying to explain in brief. But you come to my office, I can give you some lectures on that. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, DG. Before handing over to the Honorable Minister, I just want to emphasize, at least one of the benefits of COVID-19 is the evolution of toll-free numbers from 1025 that we used to. Now all institutions are using it as a way of being accessible to the public. Again, I repeat, for GT board, their toll-free number is 1030. For Medicines Control Agency, again, I repeat, Medicines Control Agency, not medical or medicine. Medicines Control Agency, their toll-free number is 1233. You mention a case, you can report that one, they can look into it. Thank you all for coming. Again, apologies, for the AC, and you've been brave enough. It shows how patriotic and then how you love this country in spite of the hardship. We apologize. Hopefully by next press conference, the matter will be fixed. Honorable Minister, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair, for once again chairing the press conference in a well-ordered manner. We thank you always for your service. Whenever we call you, you'll be here on time and doing it perfectly. Thank you very much. First to MCA, under the leadership of Dr. Marina. I think what you've really shown here to the Gambian people is that you are doing your job in a well-professional manner, and that we appreciate and applaud your hard work, you and your entire team. The same also goes to the Gambia Tourism Board under the leadership of DG Kamara, also you and your entire team. I think, again, you've also shown Gambians that you are not there sleeping and that you are there working, based on what we've had here today. And I think Gambians all over that have been watching this and that will watch it later will be very appreciative and proud of your hard work. And all we can say is that keep up the good work. The government is here to give you all the support that you need to ensure that you promote and transform our tourism industry, because we know it is one of the mainstays of our economy. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen of the press. I think I'll be very proud to say, and I can say this confidently, that this is the most media-friendly government in the history of the Gambia. I have the authority to say so, and I don't think anybody will disagree with me, that since independence, we've not got a government that is so friendly to the media than this government. We appreciate your collaboration. Like we said, our mandate is to bring information to the public, to promote accountability and transparency. I think we cannot do it alone. Therefore, you are the main conduit, you are critical stakeholders of the government to the Ministry of Information, obviously. In fact, let me just break some news here. I'm not sure whether the PS will allow me to do it. I might be breaking protocol, but PS, I will do it because I cannot wait. We are changing the name of the Ministry of Information. We've got approval, it's been gazetted, but PS, I know we can discuss that office, but I'll say it here. It's going to be called the Ministry of Information, Media and Broadcasting Services going forward. Once the gazetting is done, we'll go public with it. In fact, I've gone public with it now, so you know. Ministry of Information, Media and Broadcasting Services, because so that people know exactly what our mandate is. Our mandate is to bring information to the public through the media and to other broadcasting services. So we appreciate your work, the media houses, all the journalists. Every day I tend to see a new media house, Musa Molo, Askanwi, Musa Molo. I think it's good. I think we'll have to have another. The ministry will plan a retreat. I've discussed with the PS, a retreat with all the media houses somewhere in a nice place to promote also domestic tourism. There are many beautiful places out there for domestic tourism. There was this place I was taking to for a retreat in Fonyi, Abscas. Beautiful, beautiful. And even this beach, we don't make use of our beach here. It's very serene, one of the most beautiful beaches in the world, but we don't use it. It's so close to us that we don't even see it. So please know where the sites are that promote local tourism and make best use of it so that we promote internal tourism, because that money stays here as well. So thank you very much once again for this well-organized press conference. I'd like to extend a special thanks to Mr. Tunkar and his team for coordinating and organizing the press conference, to all the media houses, to our information officers. They don't want me to say their names, so I wouldn't say their names, under the leadership of the Director of Information Services, Ms. Aisha. Thank you very much, Aisha Davis, the PS, and everyone. Thank you very much. Until next month. And don't forget, there's Mansakunda this week. We invite the public and all the media houses. We'll be hosting the Honorable Minister of Youth and Sports, Honorable Bakari Baji, to tell Gambians what the sector is doing to promote sports and youth development in this country. So I hope to see you on Friday at 8 p.m. here in the same venue, but at the bigger hall, to discuss with Honorable Bakari Baji what his sector or his ministry is doing for promoting sports and also youth development in this country. Thank you. Until we meet again next month, thank you very much.
Tomorrow.